This is a TrapCon free beat. The link is down below in the description. Welcome back, bros, to another video review. Today, I have the opportunity to take a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutatin Bebop, the bad body-changing bully. So as for the contents, this is what we get inside. We get Bebop already in his mutant form. He comes with 4 additional accessories, which is the ooze, the spike drill, the spike sai, and the camera, which transforms into a drill. And what we get with standard with all Ninja Turtle mutating figures, the instructions. So now here we are zoomed in and take a closer look at Mutatin Bebop. Now, just looking at this figure as a whole, it looks good in my opinion, and I think it is a great representation of Bebop. Now, there is 4 areas where I feel like the paint should have been, that it's not. So I don't know if maybe on this reissue they forgot to paint like the Ninja Turtle wristbands. But right off the bat, the first thing you notice on the head sculpt, you're missing Bebop's painted front teeth. That is the one part that should be painted, that is definitely shown on the packaging and should definitely be done on a figure. The next big noticeable thing is going to be the spiked armbands. Those are supposed to be painted black. Unfortunately, on this figure, they are just molded in that pink plastic. And I feel like with the black paint on those armbands, it would have made this figure 100 times better. And then the last actual segment that is not painted, that should be, and it definitely shows it in the packaging art, is going to be the patch on his knee underneath the pocket leg. That patch is supposed to be green, I guess, because he ripped his pants, and that was a quick fix for him out there to go out on the street and start bullying other people. But with all that being said, those are just my little nitpicks with this figure. This figure is outstanding and still has the same amount of fun and joy as the original for this figure. So yes, looking at this figure compared with some of the other pictures of how he appeared in the cartoon, it looks pretty darn accurate, and it's definitely accurate because it's definitely the reissue of what we've gotten in the 1990s. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. So now let's take a look at the articulation on this figure. Now the articulation right off the bat, I'm going to say is a little bit less as enjoyable as the Rocksteady articulation because I feel like this guy is limited. So let me go ahead and show it to you. The arms can do a full 360, which you already knew. There is no wrist swivel. The head right here does not rotate. And this is why I think it's a downgrade from Rocksteady, because Rocksteady, you could rotate the head. This one right here, you cannot move. It is pretty much attached in that formation. There's no swivel in it. The legs only go in and out, as you can see right there. And that's pretty much all the articulation we get for this figure. But because it's an old reissue figure, I'm not actually mad about it. I'm just disappointed they did not give us the head swivel like they did with Rocksteady. So I feel like that's a little let down on Playmates. And even if that is the same mold as what we got in the 90s, could you at least give us a little bit additional articulation with the head being able to swivel left and also right? So now real quickly, I'm going to take a look at the accessories. So the first accessory we get right here is going to be the canister, which is painted in that translucent lime green. It's the ooze canister. As we all know, there's nothing you can really do with it. I do think that back in the day, the ooze canisters did come with a little sticker to put on them. But of course, the reissues, you don't have the sticker for them, so that's okay. And then his last major accessory is going to be his camera. Now, the camera, when you have the handle pulled forward, is a functional camera. Looks good. I don't have any issues with it. The molded details on it make it great and give you that camera vibe to it. But when you pull it back, now it becomes like a camera drill, which is pretty cool. You know, people like to get close up on the camera, but now you can take him out with this drill. So that's pretty cool that Bebop can definitely hold that. And then his last two accessories attached to his feet. Here you have the drill toe spike, and then here you have the side toe spike. So yes, these are the accessories for Bebop, and I think they work well with this character. So next, here we are taking a look at some comparisons. So the first comparison I have right here, we have the two Mutatin bullies, which is a part of Wave 3 so far in this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutatin series. And as you see right here, they look good together. They're both the same size, the same sculpt, the same type of transformation. They look good. They both have all their accessories. And they both keep that same style where they have that left hand closed fist and the right hand open hand to hold their weapon accessories. Now, just looking at it right there, as you see, Rocksteady's head is turned because it does have that swivel. Unlike Bebop, it cannot do that. So that's a true letdown in my opinion. But like I said, as a group of two bullies, they look good and I have no issues with that. So let's bring out some more figures out to continue this comparison. Continuing where I left off, here now we have the Turtles, which is part of Wave 1 and Wave 2 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutatin series. Now that we have Wave 1, 2, and 3 all here before you, this is what they look like and they scale well. And I'm really liking this line because I know as a child, I only had two of these figures. And I'm going to be honest, the two I had was Leonardo and Raphael. Now that I have the whole series for Wave 2, Wave 1, and Wave 3, I'm totally digging this line. This is like one of my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lines from back in the day in the 90s. So yes, they look good together as a whole. And I'm liking the way, you know, the gimmick and the weapons and accessories that they give these turtles, man. This just basically tickles my nostalgia bone, and I love it, man. Bring on more of these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutating figures. So, all right, guys, I just want to give you a heads up. This is my speculation, my 2 cents. So basically, this is the 1993 series, which is the continuation of the 1992 series. So I'm hoping we do get Mutating April, Splinter, and also the Foot Soldier. In addition, Toka, Shredder, and Razar will be great additions to add to our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutation collection. But keep in mind, this is just my speculation. So here we are for my final comparisons. Here I have Mutate Bebop here with other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures that were created by different other toy companies, just so you can see how well this figure scales with those toys from different lines. So first off, from the left to the right, here we have the 1990 NECA movie Raphael. Then we have the Loyal Subject Street Gang Donnie. And then we also have the original Playmates figure Michelangelo. Then we have the Playmates Classic Collection Bebop, as you can see. And then now, lastly, the Bebop from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie that came out last year. So yes, as you can see with all these figures present, I think the scaling for this older type figure is actually pretty good because it can technically scale, in my opinion, with the Loyal Subjects and definitely scales well with the original Ninja Turtle figures that we all have gotten in the past or collected with the reissues. But overall, this is a great figure in my opinion. So bros, let's go ahead and do what this figure is designed to do. So let's mutate Bebop into its human form. Or in other words, this is the Transformers of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles transformation segment of my video review. So basically just move the accessories out. You don't have to really do that. You just put it out to the side, tuck in the toe surprises. Let's start with the hands. On my copy, these are the tightest copies right here. To get them to move, you got to lift up on my copy. The mushroom peg is tight. I don't know why it's so tight right there. So that you swivel them out. Do the same thing on this hand. This one's a little looser, so I'm happy about that. I can pull it out, and like I said, guys, it's really tight on my copy. Not as loose as what it was on Rocksteady. So this copy right here on the forearms and the hands are really, really tight. So basically you want to tuck these shoulder pads up by his side of his ears, and then rotate the head down, and they're going to cover him up and stay in there like so. Collapse the chest region back, and don't forget, guys, tuck in the tail, because we don't want to have any unnecessarily adult jokes added to a kid's toy. And then basically on this hand, which is very hard to do, he doesn't really hold his accessory very well, because on my copy the hands are a little bit too rubbery. So I'm just leave it like that, guys, and pray that it stays in his hand. So now that we have Mutant Bebop back into his bad body changing bully human form, this is what we get. And I must say right off the bat, the details on this figure look good, even though it is pretty much the same as what we got with his mutated pig Bebop form. I got the same gripes with the armbands not being painted. And then let me go ahead and show this off. So we do get some added articulation. You can rotate the head on this figure, but you couldn't necessarily do that in his pig form. So I don't understand what happened. Maybe it's by copy and it's not loose, or maybe they put enough polish on it so you can't rotate it. I don't know. That does suck in my opinion. But here is my major gripe with this figure. When I remember watching the cartoon on Saturday mornings, before Bebop turned into his mutated pig form, Bebop was brown skin. That's how he became the mutated brown pig. Now, let me say this correctly. There are pink pigs. That is a lot of what we have, in real life today. And we do have brown pigs too. But this color skin tone is off in my opinion, because Bebop is supposed to be a black guy. Now, if you're mad at me about that, I'm sorry. That's just how it was. Saturday morning cartoons. I don't understand why Playmates made a mistake in the skin tone. Unless maybe they're going off a comic book or something like that, then that's okay. But if they're going off to the cartoon Saturday mornings, they got it wrong. With that being said, in addition to that being wrong, Bebop also in his pig form had purple glasses. Now in its human form, he has blue. So I'm just trying to figure out, hey, this is not adding up. It's supposed to be a black guy with a purple mohawk and purple eyebrows and purple glasses. But other than that, guys, that is a major gripe, even though technically it's minor, because the toy is still perfect in my opinion. That is what we get for the details on Mutating Bebop. So now here I have Rocksteady brought into the picture to start the comparison segment of my video review. As you can see right here, now I don't have a problem with both of these guys right here. It looks like they're going to work. They got their lunch boxes. He's got his camera equipment, and they about to do what they do on the job. But unfortunately, we all know what happens to them, and they become these mutant fighting foot soldiers for Shredder. But anyway, just looking at these as a whole, they look good together. They scale well. They definitely look pretty human to me. And they're transformed human mode. Now, they're both lacking paint details on the figure in each way, some sort. So, like I said, I have no complaints with these guys. They look good together, even though I'm disappointed in the skin tone of Bebop. But other than that, these are darn near perfect figures and great reissues from Playmates, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and add some more reissues to this picture. So here we are with the mutated forms of all the figures from the 1992 series all together on the same table. So take a look at that. I do think the scaling is pretty good. Of course, the turtles are a little extra large. If they were smaller, it would be a perfect representation of what it would be like in real life. But since it's not, I think they all look pretty well. The scaling is slightly off with the turtles, but other than that, they look good together. So I'm definitely digging this line from what Playmates has given us, and definitely looking forward to hopefully Playmates continuing with the 1993 series that I talked about earlier in my review. Lastly, for comparisons, here we have Mutatin Bebop here with other figures from different genre of toy designers and toy creators from various different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. So let me start from left to right on the camera's view. We have the 1990s NECA Raphael movie turtle. We have the Loyal Subjects Street Gang Donnie. We have the original Playmates Mutant Ninja Turtle Teenage, of course, Michelangelo. Then we have the Playmates Classic Collection Bebop. And then we also have the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutant Mayhem movie Bebop also. So yes, as you can see right here, there are different scales, different styles, each figure having different posability and details through the time segment of creating Ninja Turtle figures. So they look good together, as you can see, and they scale pretty well in my opinion, even though this is a 1990 reissue Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutating Bebop. So now we reached a portion of my video review where I like to do the Yeah Bro figure pickup or pass segment, in which I get to share my opinions and my thoughts on this recent figure that I picked up and just reviewed for you right now. Basically in efforts to guide you or inform you before you make this purchase on the figure. If you decide to pick it up or ultimately deciding to pass is totally up to you. And I'm here to just give you information. This is definitely a pickup in my opinion. If you are like me, for one, being a completionist, you definitely got to have Bebop to go with Rocksteady and the Turtles. So with that being said, it is a pickup because, for one, the details on this figure do not take away from the representation of Bebop. Of course, it would have helped and made this figure darn near perfect if you would have had those paint details as I stated in the details section of my review. It would have just made this figure just incredible in my opinion. Looking at the playability and the execution of this figure, it is terrific in my opinion, being able to convert Bebop back into its human form before he got introduced to that mutagen ooze who affected his life, I guess, for the worse. With that being said, the molding on this figure is definitely similar to what we got with Rocksteady, but it is a brand new mold. And the reason why it is a brand new mold is because the leg transformation features are gone from Rocksteady to now not being available for Bebop. But the arms are pretty much the same and the torso is pretty much the same. The head sculpts are completely different because Bebop has those shoulder pads that cover his ears when he is in transformation mode back to his human, while Rocksteady does not have that. So there's subtle differences on both of these molds, but definitely Bebop is a very good figure to pick up, as I've been saying. So if you're interested in picking up a copy of this figure, I got my copy from Target.com, where this item was in stock and I was able to order, and the item shipped to me as soon as the order was filled. I end up ultimately paying $14.99 plus taxes, so the link will be posted below in the description if you would like to purchase this figure from Target.com. If not, you have the option to find this in your local Target store. And keep in mind, guys, yes, this is a Target exclusive. As always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. By doing these 4 actions, it shows my channel a tremendous amount of support, and not only that, positive feedback as a YouTube content creator. Thank you once again for spending your time watching my video, and until next time, yeah bro, I'll see you soon. And wait guys, don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you can be informed when I've uploaded new videos for you to check out at your earliest convenience. Thank you.